I will close with LinkedIn because I know that you're big on this. I'm big on this. I tell people all the time, you need to have a LinkedIn profile. You have to do that, especially if you're a professional. And so I absolutely kind of nerded out a little bit when I saw a recent post of yours. I think it was 17 things you should be doing on your LinkedIn profile, if I remember right. It was a lot. And I was going through it and I thought, oh my God, I need to fix mine. She's right on about all
All
of
right.
this.
Very
I
good,
won't ask you
Jason.
to list all 17 here, but can you just kind of go over a few of them here, that something that you're seeing in a serial way with a lot of people where you think, gosh, this is 101, guys, get this right.
Okay, the first thing I'm seeing is that you only have a skeleton. So you have the job title, no description.
Hmm.
You have nothing in the about section. So the most important thing, and I have an article on robinryan.com. It's an e-guide, it's free, and it says e-guide to creating your LinkedIn profile. And it talks about the headline. That's the most searched part of LinkedIn. Don't let it be your default job title. You want to pick the kinds of jobs you're looking for in those titles and put them in there.
A lot of people do that though.
I know it's the default, so they don't fix it.
Hmm.
Most people don't have any idea how to handle LinkedIn. They've ignored it. They didn't see it as important. And now you've got CEOs and business owners and consultants and executives and sometimes salespeople saying, oh, they're checking me out. I'm not impressive. In fact, I look terrible.
Hmm.
So I need to improve it. And remember, in the content under the job description, we want to see results. We don't want to see something you took off the job description. We want to see results. So in that professional experience, make sure you're writing, this was my action and this is the result.
Hmm.
Like, I took on this project, we went and made these changes, and as a result, the company saved $2 million.
Hmm.
So those are the kinds of things that employers are going to respond to.
And they are all over LinkedIn.
Yeah, recruiters say 94% of all recruiters spend at least an hour or two on LinkedIn every day,
Hmm.
and they are looking for talent. So no, they are not just reading resumes that were sent to them. They're actually out there doing in-depth research to find people for certain jobs.
Hmm.
So if you don't have your experience, if you don't have those keywords, you haven't developed a personal brand, and you don't have a good headline, because the headline, as I told you, those are job titles, and that's the most searched part of LinkedIn. No recruiter's going to find you. And if
Just to
they
be
do, they're going to say, this person doesn't look good.
just to be granular with that headline thing for a moment more, what would you put for you if yours just came up and said, I don't know what yours would just automatically say, because you're a little bit of a different animal because you are this whole industry kind of, but what would you put for a headline there? What if mine said anchor reporter?
Okay, so
What am I wanting to put instead?
okay, TV anchor slash TV reporter, slash writer.
Mm.
And then you probably would want to list also the station. So WFAA TV anchor, WFAA TV reporter. And
Mm.
the reason being is people might search by the station, they might search the title, and therefore you're going to be able to hit anybody that looks under those titles. And you probably wouldn't have put the station name in. You probably wouldn't have put the writer in. Those are things that can capture attention. The other thing on LinkedIn too, keep in mind, many people might want to connect with you.
Mm.
LinkedIn says only connect with people you know. But we know that's not true. For
Right.
example, you're an anchor. Everybody wants to be your friend. You need to accept them. Okay. Because you become a celebrity, a thought leader, you're sharing good information. But professional people, the average person, don't accept everybody.
Mm.
Accept people in your network who are going to help you with your job search or to get new clients and build your business.
That's smart. Last thing about all of this on LinkedIn, I think a lot of people treat it like they treat their resume. So they've got it nice and updated for when they had that last job search, and that might have been 3 years ago, and they haven't updated that resume and they haven't bothered going on LinkedIn since. How often should we be going back and maintaining that when we are gainfully employed? Because I find that if you sit down a couple of years later to try to do that, you've forgotten all of these things that you've done along the way that would have been really cool entries on there.
So I tell everybody, update your resume every year.
Mm.
And when you leave a job, sit down and think about, what did I do here? How much money did I save? Did I make money? What did I create? What did I initiate? When it's fresh in your mind. LinkedIn's the type of thing too. Every time you get a new job, go in and update it. And look at it every year. LinkedIn does change. There's many people that write articles out there, so you can read about those kind of changes, but you want to stay on top of, if something new is happening there, you don't want to look old and, unprofessional. You want a great personal brand, and that needs to be shared from your resume and connected to your LinkedIn profile. That's probably the piece that most people miss. They don't know how to write or create their personal brand because they never thought about, what do I do that I'm good at?
Mm-hmm.
Why would somebody want to hire me? What are my key strengths and the things that I can offer to a new employer? Those are things that are important to keep in mind.